Tips to improve your English pronunciation. Pause the video to repeat phrases or words. Record your voice and compare it with the video. Actively listen, identifying familiar words or phrases. I am from India, and I always dreamed about studying in another country one day. My family supports me, but money is a big problem, so a scholarship feels like a miracle. One morning, my school counselor called me into her office with a serious face and a smile. She told me I was selected for a special program that can give me a scholarship. When I heard the word scholarship, my heart jumped and my hands started to shake. Then she explained the challenge, and it sounded exciting but also scary. To win the scholarship, I must run a race and complete English missions at each kilometer. At kilometer 1, I must answer a simple question in English, and at kilometer 2 I must listen and repeat. Other kilometers have missions like spelling a word, giving directions, or describing myself. I understood the rules, but I also felt pressure, because running is hard and English is hard too. I love the idea, but I felt nervous because I am not a fast runner. I can run, but long races make my legs tired and my breathing heavy. Also, my English is not perfect, and I sometimes freeze when I need to speak quickly. I imagined myself tired and confused, standing at a checkpoint, trying to find the right words. That image scared me, but it also made me want to prepare and become stronger. That day, I went home and told my family about the scholarship race. My parents looked proud, and my younger brother smiled like I was already a winner. My mother said, "Train your body and your English, and you can do it." Her words gave me hope, because I knew I was not alone in this journey. I decided I would not waste this chance, even if it felt difficult and new. So I accepted the challenge and made a simple plan for myself. I would run every day, even if it was slow at first, and I would increase the distance each week. I would also practice English missions every day, using short phrases and clear words. I wrote a list in my notebook: introduce yourself, spell your name, ask for help, give directions. I felt excited and nervous, but I was ready to train, because this race could change my life. I started training the next day, early in the morning, before the sun got too hot. I ran on a small road near my house, where there are trees and quiet streets. At first, I could only run 1 kilometer without stopping, and my legs felt heavy. But I told myself, slow is okay, because I needed to build my strength step by step. After the run, I drank water and felt proud that I finished the first part of my plan. In the afternoon, I trained my English like it was part of my sport. I wrote simple phrases on paper, and I practiced them out loud in my room. For kilometer 1, I practiced speaking, "My name is Raj, and I am from India." For kilometer 2, I practiced listening with short audio and repeating, "Turn left, go straight." For kilometer 3, I practiced answering questions like, "Where do you live?" and "How old are you?" Every few days, I did a special training run with missions, like the real race. I marked points on the road, and at each kilometer I stopped for a short English task. Sometimes I used my phone to play audio, and sometimes my brother helped me as a judge. He asked me questions and checked my spelling, and he laughed when I made funny mistakes. It felt like a game, but I knew it was serious, because the scholarship depended on it. One day, I reached kilometer 2 and my brother said, "Spell school now." I was tired, sweating, and my breathing was fast, so my brain felt slow. I said, "SC. L," and my brother shook his head and said, "You missed the H." That small mistake hit me hard, and I felt frustration rise like fire in my chest. For a moment, I wanted to quit and go home, because everything felt too difficult. But I took a deep breath and remembered why I started this training. I looked at my brother and said, "Wait, I try again," and I spelled it slowly, SCH. L. He smiled and gave me a thumbs up, and that simple support helped me stand up again. I started running again, even though my legs were tired, because quitting was not my plan. That day, I learned a big lesson. Mistakes will happen, but I can continue and grow. Race day comes, and I wake up before my alarm because my mind is full of thoughts. I eat a light breakfast, drink water, and check my shoes 2 times to feel ready. At the start line, I see many runners and a big banner for the scholarship challenge. Volunteers wear bright shirts and hold signs that say Mission 1, Mission 2, and more. My hands feel cold, but I tell myself, I trained for this, now I must try. The whistle blows, and I start running with the group, keeping a steady pace. After 1 kilometer, I reach the first checkpoint and a judge stops me with a clipboard. He smiles and asks, "What is your name, and where are you from?" I feel fear in my throat, but I answer slowly, my name is Raj. I am from India. The judge nods and says, good, and I run again, feeling relief in my chest. At kilometer 2, the mission is harder, and the judge speaks with a strong accent. He says something like, repeat the directions, but the words sound different to me. I understand only parts, and my brain starts translating into Hindi, then back to English. That makes me slow, and I feel panic because other runners are passing me. I ask, slowly, please, and the judge repeats the instruction in a clearer way. He says, say this, go straight, then turn left at the bank. I repeat it, but I still feel confused, so I use short phrases to help myself. I say, go straight. Turn left. Bank, and the judge nods because the meaning is correct. In that moment, I learned something important. Short English can be strong English. If I stop translating every word, I can speak faster and keep moving in the race. I leave the checkpoint and run again, breathing hard but feeling more awake inside. I tell myself, no Hindi now, English only, because the race needs quick answers. I focus on action words like go, turn, and stop, and I let them guide my mind. The road is long, and I know more missions are coming, but I feel ready for them. This is the first real climax of my race, and I decide to run and speak with courage. By kilometer 4, my body feels very tired, and my legs are heavy like stone. My shirt is wet with sweat, and my breathing is loud and fast. I still run, but each step feels harder than the last one. When I see the sign Mission 4, my stomach tightens with worry. I know I must speak, even when my body wants to stop. At the checkpoint, the judge looks at me and speaks quickly in English. He says, tell me 3 safety commands, fast and clear, and points to a timer. For a second, my mind goes blank, because I feel tired and nervous together. I almost freeze, and I think I will fail here, because my words feel far away. Other runners pass me, and the sound of their steps makes me feel more pressure. I take one deep breath and remember my training notebook and my brother's voice. I remember simple phrases like help me, please, repeat, please, and say it again. I also remember the commands I practiced for the missions, and I hold them like a rope. I look at the judge and start speaking with short, strong words, not long sentences. I say, Stop now. Go slow. Stay calm, and I keep my voice as clear as I can. The judge listens, then nods and says, "Good." One more, and I do not panic. I add, "Call for help," because I practiced that line many times during training. My voice is not perfect, but it is fast enough, and the meaning is clear. The judge smiles and says, "Pass," and he points me back to the road. In that moment, relief hits me, and I feel new energy inside my chest. I start running again, and my steps feel lighter, even though I am still tired. Passing a hard mission gives me a fresh push, like I just drank cold water. I tell myself, I can do this, and I keep my English simple and ready in my mind. Now I know I can speak under pressure, even when my body is weak. With that confidence, I run toward the next kilometer, ready for the final test. In the last kilometer, I can see the finish area far ahead, and my heart feels full of hope. My legs still hurt, but I tell myself, just one more kilometer, do not stop. People on the sides cheer, and I hear my name once, which gives me strength. Then I see a big sign that says "Final Mission," and I know this decides everything. I slow down near the checkpoint and prepare my mind for the last English test. The evaluator stands there with a clipboard and a calm face, waiting for my answers. He says, "Answer 3 questions, then run to the finish," and he starts a timer. I feel nervous, but I do not freeze, because I remember all my training days. He asks, "Why do you want this scholarship?" And I answer, "I want to study and help my family." Then he asks, "What is your goal?" And I say, "My goal is to learn and be better every day." The last question is harder because my breathing is very fast, but I stay focused. He asks, "What did you learn from this race?" And I speak with a clear voice. I say, "I learned to keep going, and I learned to speak English under pressure." The evaluator nods and says, "Good. Go," and he points to the finish line. In that moment, I feel a strong push inside me, like a fire that will not go out. I start running again, and now I do not look at the ground, I look at the finish. My arms move, my feet hit the road, and the crowd sound grows louder and louder. I think about India, my parents, my brother, and my notebook full of English phrases. I cross the finish line with a final burst of energy, and I lift my hands up high. I am tired, but I am also proud, because I finished the race and the missions. After a few minutes, the evaluator comes to me and smiles, and I can see respect in his eyes. He says, "Congratulations, you passed," and my chest feels light like air. He gives me the paper that says I won the scholarship, and my hands shake again, but with joy. I thank him and say, "Thank you very much," and my voice sounds confident and strong. In that moment, I understand that running and English changed my life, and a new future is open for me.